Hello and welcome to the Important Sites series. In this Important Sites series, we are discussing all the environmentally important sites as well as some of the cultural important sites across the states by taking one state at a time across the country. In this session, we will be discussing about the important sites in the state of Maharashtra. Till now, we have discussed about the important sites in the state of Telangana, important sites in the state of Andhra Pradesh, in state of Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, and Madhya Pradesh. Today's session will be on important sites in the state of Maharashtra. This class on the important sites of Maharashtra will be held in two sessions because there are a lot of important sites in Maharashtra that needs to be covered as Maharashtra is a very large state. So when we say about the important sites they include the tiger reserves, the elephant reserves, the biosphere reserves, if any, the Ramsar wetland sites, the World Heritage sites. So World Heritage sites including the natural sites, the cultural sites, as well as the mixed sites, and the important biodiversity heritage sites, the marine protected areas, the national park, wildlife sanctuaries, conservation reserves, and community reserves. So most of them are environmentally important sites, and but a few are culturally important heritage sites. So let's start with our discussion. The first site that we discussed is the Natural World Heritage Site. So in Maharashtra, we have the Western Ghats Natural World Heritage Site, and this Western Ghats Natural World Heritage Site, it extends along the western edge of the peninsular India through the state. It spreads across the state of some area in Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu, and it has been designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in the year 2012. The geographical features of this region include the mountain range, the Western Ghats, that is the mountain range that runs parallel to the western coast, intercepting and the southwest monsoon in the country. It is composed of the ancient volcanic basalt, that is the Deccan Traps and the laterite plateaus, and that is especially in the state of Maharashtra. The important rivers originating from this region are the Godavari River, the Krishna River, the Kaveri, the Periyar, and the Bharatpuza River. So, talking about the geographical features, so first is that the presence of the mountain range, that is the Western Ghats. Second is the important rivers. Third is the Deccan Traps and the type of soil. Fourth is the elevation and the highest peak, that is Anamudi Peak, which is located in the state of Kerala. Now, the type of vegetation here, we have the tropical evergreen forest and the semi-evergreen forest, along with some moist deciduous forest are also there, and there are some grassland ecosystem, that is the Shola grassland ecosystem, especially in the state of Karnataka and Upper Kerala. Now, discussing the important animal species, the important flora or the important wildlife in the region, we have mammals including the line-tailed macaque, the Nilgiri tar, the Malabar civet, the Indian elephant, tiger, and the leopard. The birds include the Malabar green hornbill, Nilgiri flycatcher, and the great Indian hornbill. And it has many species of amphibians as well as reptiles. The significance is that it is one of the eight hottest hotspot of biological diversity in the world. So in India, we have four bio hotspot biodiversity hotspots, out of which this Western Ghats is one of the hottest biodiversity hotspots. So around the world, we have eight hottest biodiversity hotspots around the world, designated by the Conservation International, and one of them is the Western Ghats. It is source of the perennial rivers that we have seen, the rivers like Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Periyar. So these rivers are vital for the sustaining millions of lives, millions of human population in the peninsular India. It is rich and cultural heritage because of the sacred groves and the traditional agroforestry, and it is home to several tribal groups. Now, one of the important aspect about these environmental sites or the environmental regions that we have to discuss is the presence of the important tribal groups. And in the Western Ghats landscape, we have important tribal groups such as the Malasar, the Kurumba, Toda, and Kadar. And UNESCO inscription covers 39 serial sites, which is spread across these five states, and it represents the outstanding universal value for the biodiversity conservation. So this entire Western Ghats Natural World Heritage Site is important for biodiversity conservation as it is one of the hottest biodiversity hotspot. After discussing the natural World Heritage Site, now let's discuss the cultural World Heritage Site. So in Maharashtra, we have three important caves, that is the Ajanta caves, the Ellora caves, and the Elephanta caves. All the three caves systems are inscribed in the UNESCO World Heritage List. First, we have the Ajanta caves. So it is located in the northern part of the state of Maharashtra, and it is the first Buddhist cave monuments at Ajanta date during 2nd and 1st centuries BC. And during the Gupta period, many more richly decorated caves were added to the original groups. So there are, when we see the timestamp, so in 2nd and 1st century BCE and the 5th, 6th century AD. So these are the two time zones or the two time frames in which most of the cave work development has taken place. Okay, and these are Buddhist caves. Okay, and they are excavated out of the vertical cliff above the left bank of river Vaghora and the hills of Ajanta. So they are getting their name from the Ajanta hills. They are 30 in number. So there are 30 caves in this Ajanta caves, including the unfinished ones. So we have 5 unfinished ones and 25 finished ones. And these are sanctuary as well as the viharas or the monastery and catering to the Buddhist religion, the Buddhist sanctuaries as well as the Buddhist monasteries. The next important caves we have are the Ellora caves, and these are 34 caves. Ajanta caves were 30 caves. The Ellora caves are 34 in number, and they are in the Chanandri hills of the western India's Maharashtra state, and it has prominence in three religions, that is Buddhism, Brahmanism or Hinduism, and Jainism. So there are 34 caves, or all the caves are the rock cut caves. The rock cut activity was carried out in three phases, okay, from 6th century to 12th century. So over a period of 600 years, these caves were developed, these rock cut caves were developed, and the earliest caves, that is cave number 1 to cave number 12, are the Buddhist caves, and they were excavated between 5 to 8 centuries AD, and they cater to the Mahayana philosophy of Buddhism. The second set of caves are the Brahmanical group of caves, that is cave 13 to cave 29, the Brahmanical or the Hinduism caves, the Hindu caves, and they include the world famous, the world renowned uh, temple of Kailasa, the Kailash temple that is in the cave 16. And these were excavated around 7th to 10th century AD. The third set of the remaining caves, that is from cave 30 to 34, these are the Jain philosophy caves, and they were excavated from 9th to 12th century AD. So three phases, three different religion, and the world famous uh, Galasa temple is located in the 16 number cave. The third caves, the important caves, are the Elephanta caves. They are located on the shore of Mumbai. The Elephanta caves are located in Western India on the Elephanta Island. It was earlier, otherwise it was known as the island of Gharapuri. It features two hillocks separated by a narrow valley. And this small island is dotted with numerous ancient archaeological remains, and these archaeological remains, they reveal the evidence of the occupation from as early as 2nd century BC. So the human life settled in 2nd century BC. We have the inscriptional proof and the rock cut Elephanta cave. So these caves are also rock cut caves, and they were constructed about mid 5th century to the 6th century. So 5th to 6th century AD is the period in which these caves were formed. were made. So chronologically, when we see that the earliest caves were the Ajanta caves, then came the Elephanta caves, and then we have the Ellora caves. Next, we have the modern cultural world heritage sites that includes the Victorian Gothic and the Art Deco ensembles of Mumbai in the city of Mumbai. So in the 19th century, the city of Mumbai starts to witness the urbanization process. So urban planning projects were made and the urban infrastructure and the urban architecture, it took shape in the city of Mumbai. Okay. It led to the construction of various public buildings bordering the Oval Maidan open space, the first in the Victorian neo-Gothic style, and then in nearly the 20th century, the Art Deco. And including in these Victorian Gothic uh, architecture, we have the Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus. It was formerly known as the Victoria Terminus Station in Mumbai and is an outstanding example of the Victorian Gothic Revival architecture. Okay, it was designed by the British architect W. Stevens, who became a symbol of the Bombay as the Gothic city. The terminal was built in 10 years, starting in the year of 1878, and it is an outstanding example of meeting of two cultures as British architects worked with the Indian craftsmen. So the British architects plus the Indian craftsmen, they made this very special building, that is the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus, that is in the city of Mumbai. Next, we have a series of sites, the important sites. So there are around 12 major fortifications. 11 of them are located in the state of Maharashtra and one is in the state of Tamil Nadu. So these were the Maratha military landscapes of India. So it includes 12 major fortifications, mostly in Maharashtra and one in Tamil Nadu. And these are the forts, especially at the places like the Raigad, Shivneri, and the Sindhudurg forts. They were built and adapted for the expanded by the Marathas. So Maratha Empire was very prominent empire from 17th century to 19th century. And these military landscape or these forts were the major power centers through which the Maratha power expanded in the Indian subcontinent. And these are strategically located on the coastal as well as the mountainous terrain. And the network played a key role in Marathas' rise as a major political and military force in the Indian subcontinent for 200 years. After discussing the UNESCO World Heritage Sites, the important sites, now let's discuss the important Ramsar wetland sites. So the important wetlands that are designated as Ramsar sites. So first we have the Nandur Madhameshwar Ramsar wetland site. It is located in the Nasik district and is at the confluence of the Godavari and the Kadwa rivers. It is artificial reservoir created by the Nandur Madhameshwar weir on the Godavari River. It lies in the semi-arid Deccan Plateau region. So it includes the backwaters, the marshes, and the submerged area surrounded by the agricultural fields. So the important geographical feature is the artificial reservoir and the semi-arid Deccan Plateau region. The type of vegetation that it has a freshwater marsh vegetation, riparian and aquatic plants with patches of grasslands. The important fauna includes, because it is a wetland, so all the major wetlands in India, they are important sites for the fauna or the bird population. So over 500 bird species are recorded, including the migratory species from Siberia and Europe. And the key birds include the Indian river tern, the oriental darter, the painted stork, and the Eurasian spoonbill. The significance is that it is known as the Bharatpur of Maharashtra for its bird diversity. So Bharatpur, we know, is in the state of Rajasthan and it is very important site for the bird population, both the Indian birds as well as the migratory birds. So the significance of this Nandur Madhameshwar Ramsar wetland site is that it is known as the Bharatpur of Maharashtra because it also has a great deal of bird diversity. It acts as a crucial wintering ground for the migratory birds and supports the local livelihoods through fishing and aquaculture. It was declared Maharashtra's first Ramsar site in year 2019. So, Nandur Madameshwara Ramsar wetland site is Maharashtra's number one or the first Ramsar wetland site. Then the second site we have is the Lonar Lake Ramsar wetland site. It is located in the Buldhana district of Maharashtra and is situated in the Deccan Plateau region. So it is located in the Buldhana district. It is formed by a meteorite impact 52,000 years ago. So 52,000 years ago, a meteor has hit the earth, and the meteorite, it left a crater, and on that crater now we have, that crater is filled by water, and we have the Lonar Lake. It is a near circular crater lake, and both saline as well as alkaline water due to the basaltic rock interaction. Because this is a Deccan Trap region, the uh, it is featured by the Deccan Trap. So there are basaltic rocks in the region, and the of the lake, impact of the meteorite and the resulting lake is a saline and alkaline water lake. It is surrounded by the steep crater walls and the basaltic formations. The type of vegetation we have here is the dry deciduous forest patches on the crater slopes and aquatic and semi-aquatic vegetation along the lake's margins. The important fauna here include the bird fauna, avifauna, include the black-winged stilt, the common redshank, and the green bee eater. The significance, it is the world's largest basaltic impact crater lake. So the Lonar Lake in Maharashtra is the world's largest basaltic impact crater lake, and it is was declared a Ramsar site in the year 2020, and it is associated with the ancient temples and the archaeological heritage. The next site we have is the Thane Creek Ramsar wetland site. It is located in the Mumbai metropolitan region and stretches between Mumbai and Navi Mumbai along the Arabian Sea coast. So it is an estuarine zone. The geographical feature includes the estuaries formed between the mainland and the Mumbai island. So island of Mumbai and the mainland India. So it lies between. And it is mainly fed by the Ulhas River in the northern end and the tidal waters of the Arabian Sea. So this Thane Creek Ramsar wetland site is filled by the Ulhas River in the northern end and the Arabian Sea, the tidal waters of the Arabian Sea in the southern part. It is dominated by the mangrove forests. And the important bird species here includes the greater and the lesser flamingos. So it is famous. The flamingos is the famous flagship species of the region. The other birds includes the black-headed ibis, paid avocet, and the common greenshank. The rich marine, it has also a rich marine life. It was declared a Ramsar wetland site in the year 2022 and is one of the largest flamingo habitats in India. It acts as a natural buffer, protecting Mumbai from the storm surges and coastal erosion because of the presence of mangroves. And also, because it is an important wetland site, creek wetland site, it supports the local fishing communities and ecotourism in the region. Now let's discuss the important national parks that are in the state of Maharashtra. So starting with the national park, we have the first, that is the Chandoli National Park. It is located in the Sangli, Kolhapur and Satara districts of Maharashtra, part of the northern western Ghats. So it lies in the Sahyadri range in the northern part of Western Ghats. So Western Ghats extends till down till Goa, Karnataka and Kerala. And the northern part of the Western Ghats, we have this Chandoli National Park. It includes the Chandoli Dam and the several hill plateaus. It has it is the origin point of the river such as the Varna River, the Morna River and the Kadvi River, and it has rocky laterite plateaus, steep slopes, and the type of vegetation is the tropical moist deciduous forest, the dry deciduous forest, and grasslands on the plateaus and the hilltops. The important fauna or the important animal wildlife biodiversity here includes the Bengal tiger, which is and the leopard, Indian bison, sloth bear, sambar, and the mouse deer. The reptiles includes the Indian rock python, the cobra, and the Russell viper. And the important bird species in the region includes the Malabar whistling thrush, the paradise flycatcher, and the long-tailed nightjar. It was declared a national park in the year 2004 and it was earlier a wildlife sanctuary. It forms a southern part of the Chayadri Tiger Reserve along the Koyna Wildlife Sanctuary. It is an important corridor for the wildlife movement in the northern Western Ghats and contains historical Maratha forts such as the Prachetgarh and the Bhairavgarh. So, two important Maratha sites, the military landscape sites that we have just discussed. The two of these sites are located in this Chandoli National Park. That is the Prachetgarh and the Bhairavgarh. The second national park we have is the Gogamal National Park. It is located in the Amravati district and forms the core of the Melghat Tiger Reserve in the Satpura ranges. So it is located in the Satpura range, and the previous Chandoli National Park was in the Western Ghats range. It lies in the southern western Satpura hill ranges. The major rivers, that is the Tapti River, which forms the northern boundary, the Gavaligad, the Dolar, and the Khapra River. So the important river that we has to make note of is the Tapti River, which makes the northern boundary of this Gugamal National Park. The type of vegetation it has a predominantly tropical dry deciduous forest, mixed teak forest with patches of bamboo. The important species here, the fauna species include the Bengal tiger, the leopard, sloth bear, the wild dog, sambar, barking deer, and the chausinga, that is four-horned antelope. In birds, we have green pigeon, Malabar pied hornbill, and the paradise flycatcher. It was established as a national park in the year 1975, and it is the core area of the Melghat Tiger Reserve, which is in the under the Project Tiger. So, it forms the core area of the Melghat Tiger Reserve. So, any tiger reserve, we know we have the core area as well as the buffer zone. So, the core zone or the core area of the Melghat Tiger Reserve is formed by the Gogamal National Park. It is inhabited by tribal communities such as the Korkut community and the Gond community who depend on the forest resources, and it is the important watershed for the Tapi River basin. Next, we have the Navegaon or the Navgaon National Park. It is located in the Gondia district and situated in the eastern Vidarbha region near the Maharashtra-Chhattisgarh border. It lies in the Satpura hill ranges. The geographical feature is that just like the Gogamal National Park, it lies also along the Satpura hill ranges. It is built around the Navegaon Lake, an artificial reservoir constructed in 18th century by Kolu Patel, a local Gond ruler. Several small streams also feed the lake. So, two important geographical features that that we should keep in mind is the Satpura hill ranges and the Navegaon Lake, which is the Navgaon Lake, which is a artificial reservoir. The type of vegetation here is the southern tropical dry deciduous forest and the mixed bamboo teak forest type, just as was the case with the Gogamal National Park. The animal species here include the leopard, the sloth bear, chital, sambar, nilgai, and wild boar, and over 200 species of birds. It was established as a national park in the year 1975 and is important bird watching site. It holds the cultural significance for the Gond tribal community. So, the important tribal community that lives in this Navgaon National Park is the Gond tribes. It acts as a corridor for wildlife movement between the central Indian tiger landscape, which stretches through the state of Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, and Maharashtra. So, this central Indian tiger landscape, it forms the Navgaon National Park forms an important wildlife corridor. Next, we have the fourth national park is the Sanjay Gandhi National Park. It is located in the northern part of Mumbai, Maharashtra. It lies between the suburbs of Borivali and Thane. So it lies in the city of Mumbai. It is situated on the western slope of the Western Ghats in the Konkan region. The important rivers, the Daisar River originates in this park. It also contains the Tulsi Lake and the Vihar Lake, which supply drinking water to the Mumbai, the city of Mumbai. So the important geographical features here include that it lies on the Western Ghats, on the western slope, and is the origin point of the Daisar River, and the important lakes in this region, in this Sanjay Gandhi National Park include the Tulsi Lake and the Vihar Lake, which provides the fresh water to the city of Mumbai. The type of vegetation here is the tropical moist deciduous forest and the patches of semi-evergreen forest. and the dense forest cover interspersed with the grasslands and wetlands because wetlands of the important lakes. The fauna includes the leopards, the bonnet macaque, the jungle cat, Indian mongoose, spotted deer, and sambar. And it has over 270 species of birds, including the hornbills and the owls. It is one of the few national parks in the world located within a major metropolitan city. So, this entire Sanjay Gandhi National Park is located in the city of Mumbai, and what was declared a national park in 1983. It also contains the ancient Kanheri caves, a major Buddhist and Buddhist archaeological site. It is a crucial green lung for the city of Mumbai because these all the national parks that are adjoining the important big cities. So they act as the green lung to the population of that city. And the frequent human leopard conflict is reported due to the urban encroachment. So the campus of IIT Bombay shares its boundary with this Sanjay Gandhi National Park, and there has been this human leopard conflict because of the increased encroachment in the region. Finally, we have the Tadoba National Park. It is located in the Chandrapur district of Maharashtra and forms the core area of the Tadoba Andhari Tiger Reserve. So, the Tadoba Andhari Tiger Reserve, which is located in the state of Maharashtra, this Tadoba National Park forms the core area of the Tadoba Andhari Tiger Reserve. It is located on the eastern Vidarbha region, lies in the Chemur Hills of the Deccan Plateau or the Kaimur Hills of the Deccan Plateau. The key water bodies include the Tadoba Lake, the Kolsa Lake, the Andhari River, which is a tributary of the Vaiganga River. So, the important geographical features here include it is located in the eastern Vidarbha region, the Kaimur Hills, or the in the Deccan Plateau. It lies in the Kaimur Hills, and the water bodies like the Tadaba Lake and the Andhari River, which is a tributary of the Vaiganga River. The type of vegetation here is the southern tropical dry deciduous forest and the teak dominated forest with bamboo and dense undergrowth. The important fauna includes the Bengal tiger, which is the flagship species because it is the core area or the core region of the Tadoba Andhari Reserve. It also includes the sloth, bear, the leopards, the wild dog, the Indian gaur, chital, nilgai, and wild boar. The reptiles includes the Indian cobra, Russell vipers, the Indian python, and the marsh crocodile. The significance is that it is the oldest and largest national park in Maharashtra, established in the year 1955. So, Tadoba National Park is the largest and it is the oldest national park in the state of Maharashtra. It was merged with the Andhari Wildlife Sanctuary in the year 1995 to form the Tadoba Andhari Tiger Reserve under the Project Tiger. It is one of India's best tiger habitats with a very high tiger density. So, so it was declared a national park in the year 1955, Tadoba National Park. In 1995, the Tadoba National Park and the Andhari Wildlife Sanctuary, they were merged in the year 1995 to form the Tadoba Andhari Tiger Reserve under the Project Tiger. And it is a region, it is a place, a protected site with one of the highest tiger density in India. It is important for ecotourism destination and it is inhabited by the tribal communities such as Gonds and Kolams in the buffer zone. Okay. So these are the important national parks, the important heritage sites, and the important Ramsar sites that we discussed in today's session. In tomorrow's session, we will be discussing the important tiger reserves, the important elephant reserves, the marine protected areas, and the biodiversity heritage sites that are located in the state of Maharashtra. Thank you.